Shalom.
Shalom.
First and foremost, as always, we'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rachah, Quadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders, the great millstone, who rule well, and salutations to you brothers pushing this word in truth and in sincerity. Coming back with some more current events through the spirit on the brother Hassad, along with the brother
Ashiyarcha.
And as you see, we have this article from RT. It says Zelensky dragging entire planet to hell, Russian envoy.
And that's from today, too.
It says the West should reign in Kiev before it causes World War III, Ambassador Anatov has said. It says, faced with failure on the battlefield, Ukraine's president is trying to drag NATO into the conflict with a false flag attack on Europe's largest nuclear power plant. Russia's ambassador to the U.S., Anatoly Anatov, said on Thursday. News reporters continue to pretend not to notice the obvious. From the very beginning of the special military operation, all the accusations of the Zelensky regime against us turned out to be sabotage operations of Kiev itself, Anatov told Newsweek in an email interview. The difference now, he added, is that this time stakes have grown substantially. Europe's nuclear security is at risk. Zelensky has accused Russia of planting explosives at the Zaporov, however you pronounce that, Zaporizhzhia, whatever.
I ain't gonna try.
Yeah, Zaporozhye, nuclear power plant.
ZNPP.
Yeah. Ah, shit.
That's what we gonna call
I'm
it.
gonna call it the ZNPP. Yeah, the water, brother. It says Anatol called it absurd to accuse Russia of wanting to damage the facility which it has controlled since March 2022. And and that's one of Esau's magic tricks is to do a false flag and blame you for it when they're the one who did it. Just like Nero when he broke when he burned down some of Rome.
Yeah, and you blamed it on who?
Blamed it on
the
Israel.
Jews. Yeah, same thing with
pause that.
Oh.
All right, Salakia.
Yeah,
we had to use a little wisdom, man.
We had to put that Clark Kent. That cake. We had to put the cape off, take the cape off, and put the glasses back on.
Put the glasses on. Put the what they call it, blue collar.
Yeah.
But Karen and Ken, you know what I'm saying?
I think I was about to say something, but I was about to say how America did the false flag with that 9/11 shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And who would they blame? That's their MO.
Yeah. Yep. So continuing on, it says let me see where I was. Okay, Kiev. Yep. It says Kiev's criminal intentions divert attention from the failed counteroffensive of the armed forces of Ukraine, in which the West has invested in numerous resources to falsely accuse Russia as a nuclear terrorist ahead of the NATO summit and drew the U.S.-led bloc into the conflict directly, Anatov said. All right. So once again, it says the failed counteroffensive of the armed forces of Ukraine, in which the West has invested enormous resources. Because what was it, 6 point something billion, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
they sent over there.
Oh, and they said they
There's a
gave them
couple.
too much. So now they're like, oh, we could just add that into the next fiscal year or
Right.
some shit they was talking about.
There
Yeah.
was a couple billion that went unaccounted for that they lost. Like
They gave them too much money.
Yeah.
They sent it over to them.
it was I think a total of like five. No, they gave them a total of 63 billion, if I'm not mistaken, and then five billion total money just went missing. 3 on one account and then 2 on the other account because they gave multiple packages. But on one package there's 5 billion that's unaccounted for, and another package one package 3 billion unaccounted for, and another package 2 billion unaccounted for. And that that's just motherfuckers lining their pockets with money.
Yeah.
So it says numerous resources to falsely accuse Russia as a nuclear terrorist ahead of the NATO summit and drew the U.S.-led bloc into the conflict directly. All right. And notice it said the U.S.-led bloc because NATO is led by the U.S.
There you go.
It says Western ruling elites should understand that the failures on the battlefield make Kiev eager to create a pretext for the deployment of the NATO contingent to Ukraine, thereby to inflate a regional conflict into World War III, the Russian ambassador told Newsweek. All right, so there you have it. Like the actions that the U.S. and NATO was taking, using Ukraine as a proxy army, is going to force, the coming of World War III. All right, and that's all in the scriptures, man. That's all in the scriptures. All right, so we just gonna edify on this real quick and get up out of here. But you can go ahead and read that. Revelation 11.
You done with this?
Yeah. There's more to the article. I'll put it in the description box, Lord willing.
All right, this is Revelation 11:14. It says
the
second woe.
Yeah. Go ahead. You good though.
Oh, it says the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly.
All right, so the second woe, World War II, has already passed. All right. World War II was like less than 100 years ago. It wasn't that long ago. You know what I'm saying? And you got World War III that's coming quickly, man. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be here. It's pretty much here. It's not at its climax, but it's getting there. All these actions that is happening in the earth is gonna lead to pretty much World War III being a afterthought. Because in the kingdom of heaven it's gonna be like damn, that actually happened.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we're living at a beautiful point in time where it's like two rails are about to collide. Prophecies is about to. We're living in a time when a major prophecy is about to
come to
pass.
Yeah.
So it's like a future event is about to become a present event, which is going to become a past event, and we're living in a time in which that's going to happen, and it's exciting.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's very exciting, man, because people always, the famous shit, everybody like, it ain't going to happen in my lifetime. Yes, it is, nigga, and it's happening right before your fucking eyes, and you don't even fucking know.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing about it. It's happening right before your eyes, and you don't even fucking know.
Right.
and you claim to know the Bible.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, man. All right. This is what we got.
We can hit Revelation 20.
Yeah. It's Revelation 20 and verse 7. It says, when 1,000 years are expired, Satan shall be loosed out of his prison.
Right, and that's going into the 1,000-year period in which Esau was in subjugation underneath the Israelites. Mm-hmm. When we had Esau's funky ass.
Dark Ages.
Yeah, when we had Esau, underneath us, and we was telling him what to do, but eventually they started marrying into the royal, the royal families, of the Holy Roman Empire and the Byzantine Empire and what have you, and going to war and taking Jake down and whatnot. And then they got help with the new bubonic and
Mnemonic.
pneumonic plagues. Salakia.
Which was all spiritual. The Lord
Did that.
Yeah.
You know, so
and slowly but surely they start ousting out all the Israelite leaders,
right,
the rulers. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And taking shit from them.
Yeah.
You know, verse 8 it says, "And shall go out to deceive the nations."
Right. So like, like the brother said, the Dark Ages, because after the Dark Ages you had what was called the Renaissance, and the Renaissance being the rebirth is when Esau came back into power, and the first thing he did is going to get into it in verse 8.
Verse 8, "And shall go out to deceive the nations which are in the four quarters of the earth."
Right, in one of the quarters, so to say, of the earth is is going to get into it. So like it.
Shit, look at a compass. What do
Yeah.
you have?
Yeah.
That's the four quarters right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, but when I envision a map, I envision.
Oh, you cut it up.
Yeah. Russia in the northeast, Babylon in the northwest, south west is Latin tribes, South America, and then you got Asia and Australia and all that in the southeast. That's how I envision it. You know what I'm saying? So like the quarters.
Yeah. Hey, that's dope. That's dope. All right, reading on, it says, "Gog and Magog to gather them together to battle, the number of whom is as the sand of the sea."
Right. So what Esau did was, he went to go gather Gog and Magog for battle. And what conflict do you have going on right now? You got Russia and the Ukrainians, beefing, which they're pretty much the same people. But who is that? That's Gog, all right, and Magog. But you got the West, all right, and the EU, the NATO nations. They're the ones that's antagonizing the Russians.
They're blowing that fire.
Yeah, into what's it say, to gather them for battle.
Yeah.
So they're using
World War III. That shit always fucks me up, bro. Every time I try, it's like that's a tongue twister for me, bro.
Yeah, that's funny as hell. Yeah, I ain't never heard you say that. That shit was crazy.
Yeah,
that's
bro,
some shit I would do.
I be having to say it slow. That's why I be like World War III. I be having to enunciate that shit like funny. A mug, boy.
Yeah, but you got the West using Ukraine as a proxy army to gather Gog and Magog for battle.
And everybody, Anatoly, everybody sees right through that shit, man.
Yeah,
it's like, come on, man. We see you over there behind that tree over there, nigga. What are you doing?
Yeah,
just bring your ass out, nigga. What are you doing, man?
You ain't Sasquatch, nigga. We see you.
Yeah, we see your ass.
You know you ain't got no pigment, right?
Yeah.
You know you stand out, right?
You stand out, man. That's why you got that curse. We know exactly who the fuck you is. Marked your ass. Yeah. You gonna keep going to this?
No, that was it.
All right.
Just Daniel.
This is Daniel 2:32.
Right. So all these kingdoms is described in the Holy Scriptures, because even Russia is described in the Book of Revelation. All right, that's the Edomite kingdom, but in particular, we're going to be reading about the kingdom that's antagonizing the Russians. All right, the power structure, should I say, that's antagonizing the Russians.
That's right. This is Daniel 2:32. It says, "This image's head was a fine gold." His breast and his arms of silver, his belly and his thighs of brass.
Right, and this is going into a dream that Nebuchadnezzar had that Daniel was able to break down, and Daniel is breaking it down because Nebuchadnezzar actually forgot the dream, but he, it's just like when you have a crazy dream and you wake up and you know it was like, man, I can't remember what it was, but I know it was crazy.
Yeah,
like it was one of those.
So much going on in it.
Yeah, it was one of those situations. So it mentioned the head of gold, which is fine gold, excuse me, which is Babylon, the Babylonian Empire.
And that was
Nebuchadnezzar.
That was his kingdom.
Yep. And the breast and his arms of silver, which was the Medo-Persian Empire. His belly and his thighs of brass, which was the Roman Empire.
Yep. And then verse 33, his legs of iron and his feet of iron and part clay.
Right, which was the Roman Empire, the ancient Roman Empire, or the Greco-Roman Empire. All right, and that feet and the legs of iron and his feet part of iron and part of clay. That's the empire that we're in now, because and specifically dealing with the feet being part iron and part clay goes into the EU, which those EU member states or nations. About 2 years ago, you had the Brexit, which was Britain leaving that union. So you got certain EU nations that are strong, that can pretty much survive on their own, like Germany, and then others that depend on the aid of the rest of them, like the pig. They had the acronym the pigs, which was Portugal, Ireland, Greece, and Spain, which those were the weaker of those EU nations. All right, so iron is a strong metal, but clay is it's malleable. It's
clay.
You set fire to
it's gonna
shatter
into shards, man.
You set fire to it, it's gonna burn. Or it will get harder or whatever, or turn whatever the case may be. But it's not even a metal.
Yeah.
It's not a precious metal, because notice it went from fine gold to clay, meaning representing that each kingdom was going to be inferior to the one before it. It's going to be weaker.
Its decadence. Each kingdom just got weaker and weaker. Like you said. Verse 34 says, "Thou sawest till that a stone was cut out without hands, which smote the image upon his feet that were of iron and clay, and break them to pieces." It says, "Then was the iron, the clay, the brass, the silver, and the gold broken to pieces together, and became like the chaff of the summer threshing floors."
Yeah, so just imagine you got a whole bunch of wheat that you're threshing, you know what I'm saying, in a nice summer summer breeze came through, and you would see like particles like gone with the wind.
Yeah, like sawdust. When you're cutting a piece of wood, and you have all that sawdust just falls on the floor, and then a gust of wind comes through it, to blow that shit up, and if you ain't got glasses on, get all in your eyes and shit.
Yep.
All in your beard and your hair and shit.
You looking like a like a ginger.
Yeah. All right. It says, "And the wind carried them away, that no place was found for them. And the stone that smote the image became a great mountain and filled the whole earth."
Yeah, that's the point. But that stone represents Yahweh Shai. All right. When you read in Second Ezra, Yahweh Shai coming back and destroying these armies, and it's gonna be nothing is to be perceived but dust and smell of smoke.
That's right.
That's the result of Yahweh Shai ultimately, taking down this revived Roman Empire that we currently see, that's being used to antagonize the Russians and draw them into war. Because once this kingdom goes down, it ain't gonna be no cycle. Okay, the Romans. They rule.
He said the Russians is gonna rule for a little second.
Yeah. You're gonna have a reset button where just like reincarnation. Now we're gonna have to go through the Babylonian empire all over again.
Hey, what did Yahweh tell Yahweh Shai? Sit down here and try to make thy enemies thy footstool. So when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's coming to subject the whole world to his rule.
Yeah.
He's not gonna come and put everybody in check and then leave and let the motherfuckers come back up into power. How does that even sound?
Yeah.
That's stupid as hell.
Yeah. Don't make sense.
Don't make sense at all, man.
You know?
That's what happens when you try to fucking wing it.
Remix the doctrine.
Yeah, you trying to remix. Remix. Yeah. Oh, fucking Missy Elliott ass shit, man.
Oh shit.
All right, this is Revelation 18:1. It says, and after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird.
Right, because when Babylon is destroyed, America, it's gonna be nothing but, you know, desert-like creatures that's able to survive in a desert-like climate.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Now, so like I was gonna say, the result of Esau going throughout the four quarters, you know, to gather Gog and Magog to battle, right? Like the ambassador for Russia said, Anatoly, he said, you know, that pretty much the road is being dragged to hell, right? So literally, you know, as it says in Micah 4:1, or excuse me, Malachi 4:1, it says the day cometh. Matter of fact, can you get that real quick?
Malachi
4:1.
Mm-hmm. You there?
Yeah.
This is Malachi 4:1. It says, for behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble. And the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord Yahweh of hosts, that it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Right. So the day's gonna come when the earth is gonna burn like an oven. So the result of, you know, America being the fucking demon it is, going about poking his nose in other people's business, is going to lead to, you know, nations that have nuclear capabilities actually exercising those options.
Mm-hmm.
And all that nuclear warfare is going to be directed right over here to this, you know, fucking wretched ass Babylon the Great, man.
Yep. And see you later. Mm-hmm. Back in Revelation 18, verse 3, it says, for all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies.
Mm-hmm.
It says, and I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right, and that's the elect being delivered once this place is you know, simultaneously while the missiles is coming down, you know, the elect is gonna have to be beamed up into the chariots to avoid partaking in that destruction that, you know, all the wicked here in Babylon the Great is gonna be forced to partake in.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Verse 5, for her sins have reached unto heaven, and Yahweh, or in the Most High, have required her iniquities.
Remembered.
Or Salakia, remembered her iniquities.
Right. So the Lord is got the angels keeping a tally on all the evil shit that you know is going on. Because you got to think all the evil that's going on is in America is going on. You know, it's being carried out by individuals. So, you know, from the least to the greatest, the individual actions of all these evil individuals is being all tallied up. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So you got Bill Gates doing his bullshit. You got fucking Elon Musk doing his bullshit. You got Jeff Bezos doing his bullshit. Mark Zuckerberg doing his bullshit. And that's like, you know, they up there, but there's people above them doing evil shit. Then there's people below them doing evil shit. So the Lord said he remembered all her iniquities. You know?
Her sins have reached up to the heavens, man.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6 says, reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her works. In the cups which she have filled, fill to her double.
Yep. Fill to her double. Go ahead.
How much, 7, how much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow.
Yeah, all the pride that you know, just these, you know, go back to the 1990s and 80s and you know that
70s,
70s,
50s in their heyday with their sock hops and shit.
Yeah,
and the greasers and the and what's the other ones? They had the greasers,
rat rods,
and what was the other ones? The Love Below and what's the other ones? They had the greasers and they had the other niggas. I forget their enemies, but you know, one had the slick back and the other ones had the little the leather
Letterman jackets.
Yeah,
yeah.
the jocks and the greasers.
The jocks, yeah. You know, that shit, man.
That shit was corny as hell.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Get that shit out of here, man.
You know, all that pride. You know, Esau with his fucking American flag tattoo and his mullet. You know what I'm saying? His handlebar mustache and his Harley Davidson and his fucking Mad Dog black T-shirt cut off sleeves. You know what I'm saying? Just. Hey, the Lord. Hey, Esau has lived in pride, man.
Yeah.
You know, deliciously lived in pride. Thought that it was you know, there was the you know, the best thing since sliced bread. You know, but the Lord said, you know, you're gonna be destroyed, man.
That's right.
These people think there ain't gonna be no sorrow. Oh, we're gonna bounce back. You know, build back better. Make America great again. They really believe that shit.
Yeah. Like I could tell you in Malachi, the 1st chapter, man.
Yeah.
We're going to build again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think you are.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing about to happen.
Hey, but the Lord said in Jeremiah that there ain't going to be no bond for this motherfucker.
Yep.
You know?
Straight like that. Verse 8, it says, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her.
Right. So, you know, the Lord is going to bring all that, you know, plagues, death, mourning, all right? When things is about to get crazy, and you're going to see a lot of death out here in these streets. The Lord going to pronounce judgment on a lot of motherfuckers, man. A lot of just as many people as going to be left for those thermonuclear missiles. Imagine all the individuals that the Lord is going to have die in between that. You know what I'm saying? You know,
they said they're gonna be bodies stacked up in the streets, man.
Yeah, blood as high as a horse's bridle.
You
know,
hey, the Lord is not playing, man.
Yeah.
So you better do your due diligence to find him now.
Yeah.
Before all this evil comes, because once this evil comes,
that's all
your chances are very slim of getting in that window, man. Or not getting the window, getting in that door.
Yeah.
You know, because that door it's shutting, man. It's closing.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
Yep. Seek the Lord while he may be found, man.
Yeah. Call you upon him while he's near.
Yep.
Because soon and very soon, man, he's going to pull his prophets off them corners, and he's going to unleash, let those waters go ahead and flow through. You know?
Purify yourselves in the waters of Lake Minnetonka. Hey, but, you know, that's pretty much the point. You know, World War III is unavoidable.
Unavoidable.
All right, so till next time, shalom.
Shalom.